Alrighty, so in this video, I want to go ahead and try to wrap up our animation system. So right now we're running around the A pose with just a static, upper and or lower body, and I do not like that. So let's go ahead and open up our AnimBP, like so, as well as check out our skeleton. So open up the skeleton and the AnimBP. So for the skeleton, we want to confirm that we do have a valid blend mask, which is this upper body, lower body split mask. So it has a value of 1 for IK hand root, the virtual bones, all that kind of stuff, and then a value of 0 for everything else, and then a value of, well, more than 0 for the remaining upper and lower body, specifically these virtual bones. So the blend mask by default, we are good to go. So we need to actually make use of it. So what we're going to do is do a layered blend per bone. And over the blend mode, change it from branch filter to blend mask. Then for the blend masks, it's going to be that upper body, lower body split. So what we can do from here is just plug that in there and this into here. And the output, it's not going to be perfect, but it'll be roughly what we want. Also, go ahead and select the layered blend per bone again and change mesh space rotation blend, set it to true, and you can see how it corrects the torso. So now if I hit play, you can see we have the lower body locomotion, even though we have the upper body and all that kind of stuff. So obviously we need some improvements, but that will come shortly. And likewise, we're going to end up tweaking the actual blend mask itself to kind of give us a better result. So what I want to do is, because I'm not worried about crouching or anything like that yet, we're going to use this blend space here and cache the pose. So let's move it up, drag out, and search for cache and save cached pose. And we'll call it locomotion. From there, we can grab it. So searching for locomotion, we can use the cache pose locomotion and plug this into there, as well as have another one which we plug into here, which will get rid of that little warning. So we have that set up. Now we want to work on the actual animation layer, so the procedural part. So we drag out the procedurals, like so. And we need to do this a little bit differently. So we're going to be kind of splitting this up into chunks. So the first one being, we grab our upper body right here, and we take our default slot, and we are going to perform our montages in this orientation. So before our procedural layer and after our upper body. So from there, we can go ahead and, if we want, save this into a cached pose, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea, or we can just take it and plug it in like so. So that one's more or less kind of up to you and how you want to lay your stuff out. So we have that. Now let's go ahead and just plug it in, select the procedural layer, and for testing's sake, we'll just use the full procedurals. Now this isn't going to work one for one, but it'll let us look up and down. So as you can kind of see, I'm looking down with the 1911, now I'm looking down with the BAR. We actually have, spine and neck movement. So we just want to make sure that that actually worked. So for now, let's go ahead and clear it, and we can move forward. So there are a few things we need to do. The main one being, we need to actually apply the IK. So let me actually put it, the value back to the procedural layer to kind of show you what I mean. And I want to equip just the BAR, and I don't want to worry about, I guess, like a delay or anything like that. So let's just remove a lot of this kind of quote unquote junk out of the way. So we'll add the BAR. After a delay of 1 second, we'll just go ahead and equip it. Okay. So this way we have the BAR, and as you can see, it's not following as I look up and down. And that's because we are not applying the IK. So what I'm referring to is we need to use the copy bone node to copy the IK handgun bone right here to VB IK handgun. And likewise, we need to do some additional work to get the hand R and hand L to their corresponding IK hand R and IK hand L counterparts. So if we want to go ahead and just kind of do it the lazy way, we can just go to SKGSF core, animation, and look at the example animation blueprint, which pretty much does it for us. So right here, we do that copy bone to copy IK handgun to VB IK handgun. We do the 2 bone IK for hand R and hand L. So if we really want, we can just copy and paste. So let me move this out of the way. And plug them in. So these should be good to go by default. So we're going to leave them as enabled. So let's go ahead and press play and see where we're at. So as you can see now, the hand or the gun actually follows with the upper and lower body, or sorry, the upper body. So we just have to correct, IK hand L, for example. So it actually uses the offhand IK system because right now that is not set up in this, which we will do. But we are at least in a good spot. So one thing we can do to clean this up if we really want to is go ahead and save this into a cached pose, or we can just kind of run with it because there's not really a whole lot else that we have to do. We are going to utilize the dead blending. So that's going to allow us to do that smoothing I was talking about when we unlink and link to a new anim layer. So if we search for dead blending, you will see this node. And for our case, we just literally plug it in. We don't really need to tweak anything else, at least as of yet. So this will make swapping out these anim layers a lot more, well, it'll allow us to smooth them out. Okay, so for now, let's go ahead and remove the default value that we have. And we're just going to run it as the unarmed, which is basically just this guy. And at some point or another, we will end up doing the armed related stuff. So that'll be all for this video, and I will see you in the next one. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where you can also gain early access to this entire series.